It had been 4 long months since Ethan left for university. I remembered the day he packed his bags, so full of excitement, nerves, and dreams. The house had felt empty ever since. I had gotten used to his voice echoing through the halls, the way he'd play music a bit too loud, or the way he always made a mess in the kitchen when he tried to cook. But since he left, silence took over, and I learned to live with it. Until that weekend, when he came back. It was a Friday evening. I'd just finished folding laundry when I heard the front door open. I didn't expect anyone, so I peeked into the hallway. And there he was, Ethan, standing with his duffel bag over one shoulder, a wide smile on his face, and a grown-up air about him. He looked different. Taller maybe, or perhaps it was his confidence. His jaw was more defined, his voice deeper, and he carried himself like someone who had seen the world, even if it was just a few months away in a college dorm. "Surprise," he said, setting down his bag and opening his arms. I laughed, rushing to hug him. "You didn't even call. I would have picked you up. I wanted to surprise you. I needed a break from everything." We sat down in the kitchen, and I made him his favorite grilled cheese sandwich. As he talked about classes, professors, and dorm life, I noticed how easily we fell back into our old rhythm. Laughing, teasing, just being comfortable with each other. But under the surface, something was different. I felt it. Maybe it was the way his eyes lingered longer than before, or how he looked at me when he thought I wasn't watching. That evening, we watched a movie in the living room, just like old times. He sat close, almost too close. But I didn't move away. I told myself it was innocent, just the excitement of being back home. But when our hands accidentally touched, neither of us pulled away. The air grew heavier with each passing minute, the kind of silence that buzzes with unspoken words. "I missed this," he said softly, his eyes locked on mine. "I did too." The movie ended, but neither of us moved. It was as if time had paused, holding its breath for what might happen next. "Can I stay up with you for a while?" he asked. "Of course," I replied, trying to hide the way my heart pounded. We talked about everything and nothing, like we always had. But there was a tension in the air that neither of us acknowledged out loud. He looked at me in a way I wasn't ready for. Like he saw me differently. Like I was no longer just the woman who had always been around, guiding him, caring for him. I tried to dismiss the thought. He was just being affectionate, grateful maybe. But the way he brushed a strand of hair from my face told another story. And when I looked into his eyes, I didn't see a boy anymore. I saw a man who had been waiting to say something for a long time. "Is it wrong that I missed you this much?" he asked suddenly. The question caught me off guard. I smiled, trying to lighten the mood. "Of course not. We've always been close." "No, I missed you. The way you talk to me. The way you make everything feel okay. I didn't even realize how much I needed you until I left." There was a pause. A long, heavy pause. "You're everything I ever felt safe around," he added. I didn't know what to say. I felt a mix of confusion and guilt, but also something else I wasn't ready to admit. "I think I should go to bed," I said quickly, standing up. But he didn't move. "Please don't be mad. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable." "I'm not mad," I whispered. I didn't expect this. I didn't either. But now that I'm here, I can't pretend I don't feel it." He looked so sincere, so vulnerable. And somehow, I couldn't bring myself to walk away. The truth was, I had felt something shift. I tried to ignore it, bury it. But now that it was out in the open, it felt impossible to put back. The next morning was quiet. We avoided the subject, pretending like nothing had happened. I made pancakes, and we talked about the weather, the news, anything but what really mattered. But his eyes said it all. He hadn't forgotten. That afternoon, I walked into the living room and found him looking through old photo albums. "You were always there," he said, flipping through the pages. "Every memory I have, you're in it." I sat beside him. "You grew up so fast." "I had to." But some part of me always stayed here with you. He looked at me again, that same look that made my stomach twist in ways I didn't know how to handle. I don't want to make this weird, he said. I just needed you to know how I feel. I reached over and touched his hand gently. You're not wrong for feeling things. But we have to be careful. Feelings can be confusing when emotions run high. I know, he said. But I don't think this is just confusion. The rest of the weekend passed with both of us trying to keep things normal. But it was impossible. Every glance, every word carried more weight than it should have. On Sunday night, he was packing his bag to go back. I wish I didn't have to leave, he said. Sometimes space is good. It helps us think. He nodded. But I don't want to forget how I feel. You won't. But give it time. We both need time. Before he left, he hugged me tightly, longer than usual. You'll always be the one person who understands me the most. And you'll always be in my heart, I said softly. As he walked out the door, I stood there for a while, letting the silence settle again. But this time, it wasn't empty. It was full of all the things we didn't say, and maybe never could. Still, in that quiet, I found something unexpected. Not guilt, not shame, but understanding. Because sometimes, life gives us moments we can't predict. Moments that test our emotions, our boundaries, and our hearts. What happened that weekend didn't change who we were. But it reminded us how human we are, full of complexity, feelings, and longing.